Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalam ala nabina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'in. Today I'd like to talk about some things that are very important for Muslim, young or old, to know. Some things that are very important. First, I'd like to mention a verse in Quran. Allah says in Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlukum naran wa qudaha an-nasu wal hijaratu 'alayha malaikatun gilatun shadidun la yasuna Allah ma amrahum wa yaf'alun ma yu'marun. Allah says in Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlukum nara. O who believe, or those who believe, save yourselves and your family from the hellfire. So Allah is talking to the Muslim, the believer, the one who believes in Allah, alright? The one who believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, believe in the religion of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling them to save themselves and their family from the hellfire. Now as a Muslim, how do I save myself and save my family from the hellfire? By doing what Allah commands me to do, staying away from what Allah tells me to stay away from, whether it's coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or it's coming from His messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Then Allah says, save yourself and your family from the fire. وَأَخُدَهَا النَّاسُ وَالْهِجَارَةُ, where it's fuel of the fire, or the ones who will be in it, will fall in it, would be the men in stone, meaning fuel full of fire. Alayha, and upon this fire of Jahannam, malaikatun, would be angels. Gilatun shadidun, very severe angels, not playing with people, no joking. And then Allah says, well, He says, shadidun وَلَا يَعْصُونَ اللَّهَ مَا أَمْرَهُمْ وَيَفْعَلُونَ مَا يُؤْمَرُونَ. And they did not disobey Allah when He commands them to do. They obey Him, they obey Allah, they obey His commandments, and they do exactly what Allah commands them to do. So we have to sit and think. And the angels, to give people their punishment in the hellfire, the angel's not going to say to the guy, hey, I give you a break today. Some people might read stories or hear stories about a person in prison, right? I mentioned this before. You might hear a story about a person in prison, right? When you read, especially in school, and the person in prison, he has a guard, somebody who's over the prison. They might be lenient. They might be lenient over that prisoner. They might free him, or might give him some extra care, right, due to the guy, his behavior, correct? In the story of Yusuf alayhi salam in Quran, when Yusuf was in prison because he didn't want to commit zina, he didn't want to fornicate with his woman, so he said prison was the best place for him. But Yusuf alayhi salam was a nabi. When he was in the prison, what? He helped some of the people interpret the dreams, and because of this, he helped somebody. He interpreted some dream that led him to be, for example, the treasurer over the wealth of the people of Egypt, for example. So a person could be in prison, and the person running the prison can have some kindness to this person, right? Like in the story of Yusuf, because he interpreted the dream of the king, it got him what? Actually freed from prison, correct? So you could be in prison, and you could do something good to allow you to get some benefit, right? You won't have to feel all the pressure of the prison or the jail, right? So Yusuf is a good example because he interpreted the king's dream, then he was allowed to be free from prison. Well, when people enter the hellfire, when Allah says, وَعَلَيْهَا مَلَائِكَةٌ غِلَاتٌ شَدِيدٌ, the angels are severe. They're not gonna, for you in the hellfire or the person's in the hellfire, there's no, what you call it, I can't do nothing to tell nothing to the angels and hey, don't hit me today, or don't punish me today, don't give out Allah punishment. No, they're gonna do exactly what Allah tells them to do. They do not disobey Allah and His commandments. They ya'amarun, meaning they obey Allah. They fulfill what Allah commands them to do. They fulfill these things. So it's very important. Allah says in Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlukum nara. Save yourself and your family from the hellfire. Because when the person ends in the hellfire, that an angel is going to be very severe in giving a punishment. I can't sweet talk the angel from not giving me my punishment that day. Like in prison, I could sweet talk the guard. An example of Yusuf alayhi salam, because he interpreted the dream, he was allowed to be free from the prison. You understand? Or like the individual that he's in the prison and he might do something and the guard might feel sorry for him. Might give him something extra to eat. The angel's not going to be like that with the people in the prison. Except for the people in the hellfire. But when the person goes to the hellfire, he's going to have a severe punishment. As the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, for some individuals who go to the hellfire, if they had a mustard seed of iman, a mustard seed of faith, they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger, and due to some sins they did, led them to the hellfire, they be able to come out the fire. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to get a punishment while they are there. And the angels is not going to be the one to say, hey, you're not going to get a punishment today. You can't tell the angel, hey man, today, don't give me this stuff to drink which rip out my stomach. You cannot tell that to the angel, hey, today, I'm going to get a break. Come on, man. I had that yesterday. I can't take it no more. No, you're going to get it. So when Allah says in this verse, it's something to really think. The Muslim, when he hear Quran, he should really ponder and think about the verses in Quran. Why Allah is saying, save yourself and your family from the hellfire, then Allah is describing to you, the angels are very severe. This make me think. This make the Muslim think. Allah is telling me in the first part of the verse to fear Allah. To those who believe in Allah, to save myself from the fire. Save myself from the fire, myself and my family. Because in the hellfire are angels who are very severe in giving the punishment of Allah to the people who are in it. I can't sweet talk the angel that day not to give me for the one who's in the hellfire. Like in this example of Yusuf alayhi salam when he was in prison, because he did something good, he interpreted the dream that allowed him to get free from prison. Or a person might go to prison. You see a lot of times, you watch the news, you read the newspaper, a person goes to prison, he does some good deeds in prison, he does some things with himself, they might let that person out early in prison. They might let him out early in prison because he did some things, some retribution of himself, or he helped somebody, or he helped himself, and he proved himself. Then they might be lenient in their punishment for that person. But when you're in the hellfire, the one who is in the hellfire, there's no way, there's no parole in the hellfire. There's no parole board. There's no action to judge for a retrial in the case. There's no bribing the angels from not giving me something or punishment or allowing me to have certain things. I can't bribe the guard. You see these people do in this world. People bribe guards. You watch the news, you read the newspaper, you hear about people in prison. They wonder how people in prison get drugs. Yeah, the guards bring it in sometimes. Sometimes, yeah, it's the prison guards who work there. They smuggle this stuff in. Why? Because the prisoner is telling him, hey, if you do this for me, my family give you this amount of money. They wonder how some inmates get cell phones. Yeah, because the guard is giving it to them. They got some deals. It's called in Arabic rishwa, bribery. And the guard go for it because he's going to get extra money. So the prisoner, he could bribe the guard. And he get his cell phone in. They're like, how does this guy get a cell phone? They catch him one day. Some other people, maybe other guards who's trying to do their job. And they catch, how these people get his cell phone? And they find out some other guards smuggle it in. So in the hellfire, it won't be none of that. You can't bribe the angels. You can't bribe him, give him something special. No, the angels do exactly what Allah commands them to do. The angels don't have free will. So that means they do exactly what Allah tells them to do. So the Muslim, when he hears verses in the Quran, he should always think and reflect. Now, it is said, Sabba yudhillu Allahu ta'ala fi dhillihi yawma la dhilla illa dhilluhu imamun adlun wa shabun nasha'a fi ibadatillah. It says there's several type of people that Allah will shield them on the day that there will be no shielding, meaning the day of judgment. That means everything that you do, everything you did in this life, good and bad, especially the bad things, that day, everything you did that was bad and was hidden, people didn't know, Allah will expose this. So it says that a day when there be no shield, so for the shield of Allah. And so Allah will shield a person if he's an imam, adulun, a imam who is just. And this is one for you guys here, very important. Shabun nasha'a fi ibadatillah, and the youth who was raised up in the worship of Allah. The youth. So the one Allah will shield on that day is an imam, a leader that is just, and the youth, the young people, the youth who was busy and occupying with worshiping Allah. Let's look at this now. Why we have this? Think about it, you're young. Many people, we look in this society we live in, young people, many of them are busy following their al-hawa. They're busy following their desires. When I say by desires, you need to learn about this word. When I say a person follow their desires, meaning anything comes to their thought, whether it's anything that is bad, they do everything that's bad that come to their mind, they do it. Anything that's bad, they do it. Many of the youths in our time are like this because the youths, they have no experience, but they're young. They have strength, they have time, and they have strength. Sometimes the young people, because Allah gave you strength, your youth, they use their youth to disobey Allah. So, one of the people Allah will shield is the young one who spend up, who is raised in worshiping Allah. Worshiping Allah means more than just salat. Yes, salat and the sunnah and salatu tatawwa and voluntary salat, but it means they obey Allah. They obeyed His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They did what Muslims you supposed to do, and they stay away from things they're supposed to stay away from. What that means? It means the young guy, the youth, or the youths that they preserve themselves from all type of things that are haram, all type of things that are disliking or Allah dislike, and all things that would deviate them from following Islam the correct way, and things that are incorrect that Muslims do. Many things that Muslims do and believe. You have Muslim sects and groups that believe in things that don't coincide in Islam, contradict what the Prophet ﷺ taught, contradict what's in the Quran. So the youth who preserve himself, preserve his religion from all type of disobedience and all type of things that Allah dislike, Allah will shield them that day. So this right here is for everyone in you. You and you and you and you and you and you. The youth who preserve his life while he was young, Allah will give you a shield that day. You got advantages over me. You have advantages over me. You have advantages over me. You have advantages over me. And you too have advantages over me. Because I wasn't born Muslim. I don't have Muslim mother and father. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed you and you and you and you and you with Muslim parents.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I have a small son, bring it.
Upstairs.
You go upstairs?
Yes. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will shield you on that day that you will need some shielding.
That only day or for the rest of your life?
On that particular day. For the rest of your life, yes. If you make Allah your wali, fi hadihi dunya. Allah sayakun al-wali fi hadihi dunya wa akhirah. If you make Allah your guardian, your supporter, Allah will be your protector in this world and hereafter. Now, the Prophet said something. This is very important. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Al-mar'u ala dini khalilih." An individual is on the way of his companion. Meaning who you keep company with. If you have bad company, you spend with people who are bad company, you'll be just like them. If you have good company, alhamdulillah, you'll be just like them. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said another hadith, "Al-mathalu al-jalisu salih wa jalisu al-su'." هاملي المسك ها ونافق الكير. The Prophet said the similitude or the example of good company and bad company is like good company is like the one who accompany or the one who accompanies somebody who sells misk, atar. No, atar is? What is atar? Misk. I have on some perfume, fragrance, cologne, right?
Cologne?
Yeah. Fragrance, we call it atar, misk, right? It's good fragrance. You know, people who sell this, you ever see some people who go in front of the masjid, they have these oils they sell, they put them in the beard. But we have some right there. It's on top, it's in the 2 bottles.
Those two?
Yeah, it's good fragrance. You see them right there?
Yeah.
These are oils, fragrance oils. So he said good company is like the one who sells or carry these type of oils, these type of fragrance. Then he said the bad company is like somebody who's a blacksmith. What is a blacksmith? Yes.
Someone who makes weapons?
MashaAllah. Not close, but no. What's a blacksmith? Everyone here know what a blacksmith is? Come on, you should know what a blacksmith is. Yes.
You can melt objects for you and remake
It works with metal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the better answer. Work with metal. A blacksmith works with metal. Right? You ever seen any pictures when they show the picture of a blacksmith, what type of work he's doing? He's working with all type of chemicals, melted chemicals.
Oh, I've been to a blacksmith.
Right? And they have all type of fragrance that's not smelling good. So the Prophet said, Al-Jalis al-Salih, the good company is like Al-Hamili al-Misk. Good company is like the one who accompanies the one who is selling misk or have misk. Al-Hamil al-Misk. So good company is like the company of those people or individual who have misk, atar, these fragrance. Which means Emma and yuhtiyaka, either or he would give you some. Wa imma tashtari minhu, or you will buy some from him. Wa imma an tajida الرائحة الطيبة وما دمت عنده, or either you will find some good fragrance with him, some good smells with him. It will rub off on you, these good smells. If you don't buy some from him, or he don't give you some, this being in his company, this fragrance will rub off on you. Then he said, this is like good company. Then he said, related to bad company, he said, Al-Jalis al-Su', bad company, Nafiki al-Kir is like being with the blacksmith, the one who's working with metal. If you with a person who do blacksmith, he's working with a lot of fire, a lot of chemicals. Maybe you be with him, you burn your clothes. Because he's working with a lot of chemicals, a lot of heat and fire. It might burn your clothes. Or وَإِمَّا أَنْ تَجِدَ مِنْهُمْ رَائِحَةً خَبِيثَةً, or you are finding with him bad smells because he's working with all type of chemicals to melt the steel or melt the metal. You will find bad fragrance that stink. You ever been to one of these places? You smell them. So he said either or, be with the blacksmith, you will burn your clothing, or the bad smells will rub off on you, or you will be affected by the bad smells. He said this is like people who keep bad company. Bad company affects you. Like when you with the blacksmith, being with him is gonna maybe burn your clothes, or you're gonna have the bad fragrance on you. This is like having bad company. They're gonna affect you. You're people who are bad, not doing the right thing, they're gonna influence you to do bad things. If you're with good company, like the one who sells misk, atar, if you with somebody who sells atar, it's gonna rub off on you. He might give you a sample. You can smell it. It's going to smell good. You'll put it on yourself. You're going to smell nice. Or if you stay with him a long time, he's going to give you some of the smell is going to rub off somewhere on you. The fragrance is going to get on you. You're going to go somewhere else. People say, oh, you smell nice. You smell good. Where were you? Where you get that from? This is like having good company. If you sit with people who are doing good, Muslims, doing good, upright, what happens? You're going to be just like them. it's always important who you keep company with. Yes.
Speaking of company, how come we're not allowed to like wear like men's jewelry, like kind of like maybe like a gold watch or like a necklace? How come we're not allowed to wear those?
Good question.
If we're showing company, like we're showing like our wealthness, our respect.
That's mashallah. That's a very good question. Because the Prophet ﷺ said about the gold for the man, the gold, wearing gold, he said it's for the disbelievers in this life, but it's for the believers in the next life.
He's sleep.
Shh, don't worry, leave him, let him sleep. He said it's for the believers in the next life and for the disbelievers in this life. So the men, talk about men, we don't wear gold. Alright? Women are allowed to wear gold. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, wherever the man, he looks like a woman, has the thing, he do things the women do, the curse of Allah is upon him. And the woman who acts like a man, the curse of Allah is upon him. Hold on, I'm not finished. Related to jewelry. So we don't wear gold. Muslim men don't wear gold. And this is from an authentic hadith. 2. Jewelry, some forms of jewelry is related to being like a woman. Necklace.
What's jewelry?
Jewelry. Jewelry. Necklace. It's not prohibited. It's prohibited for the man. Jewelry, earrings. This is for a
If you
woman.
wear a necklace that says
Some
Allah,
boys
Can you wear Allah on your chest?
Some boys
Be quiet. Can you really put? Can you really wear Allah on your chest?
no.
Did the Prophet ﷺ, he's the best example. Did he wear Allah on his chest on the necklace? No.
What about earrings?
No earring. It's woman.
No, boys. Some boys.
Shh, hold on. Be quiet. Earrings on your neck. Earrings in your ear is woman. Where earrings come from? Men putting ears in their ears. You know where that come from?
Gay.
Very close. Say it again. Say it again.
It means they're gay.
Gay. You know where it comes from? Gay. Gayness. Homosexuality. Back in the 80s or in the 70s and the 80s, they have a thing where it said the man should get close to being on his, get connected with his feminine side.
Wait.
Shh, be quiet. So they said that man here in the Western country should get connected to his feminine, his soft side. So this is said the woman wear 2 earrings. So to be connected with your women's side, your feminine side, you put 1 ring in your ear for the man. It's homosexual stuff.
Isn't it like the right ear is gay, left ear is...
I don't know about all of that. But what I do know is that we don't do these things as a Muslim man. As the Prophet ﷺ, he cursed the woman who appear like the man and the man who appear like the woman. The curse of Allah is upon them. You understand what it means? Allah curse you? Curse you here ain't talking about no bad words. Like your life is damned. Damn. People hear the word damn. This means cursed. Cursed. So the Muslim, why a man want to look like a woman? That's the first thing you should ask yourself. Why you want to look like a woman? Why you want to wear what women wear? That's the first thing you should ask yourself. And you wonder why a lot of gay homosexuality in this country, and especially in New York. Anybody got no gay kids in their class?
This one.
One. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4.
He said he wanted to.
He said he wanted what? See?
I was in the back. I was using the bathroom. He turned off the lights, and then he was like, "I want to have sex with you."
Oh, astaghfirullah. Oh, the billahi. Maybe that kid was just joking with you.
No, he was not. And then when I was going up the stairs, he squeezed my butt.
Astaghfirullah. You should have punched him in his face.
I did. I two-fucked him and then ran to class.
So yeah, you have some people who are. That's where that stuff come from. That's the culture. Hold on. When you see them wearing these things, first of all, Islam is our way of life. So as a Muslim, you have to learn what is the way a Muslim should be. So these type of things, they tell the boy to wear earrings, the necklace is getting him close to be on that feminine side, meaning homosexual. We're not feminine. We are masculine. We have hormones. We are men. We are masculine. That's why I have a beard. Do women have a beard? Do women grow beard? No. How you tell the difference in the jungle from the male and female lion?
The male lion has like fur all
Yeah, it's mane.
The stripes.
It's stripes and he has a big beard. Huh?
You have the registration paper?
I have no more. Tell her let's write it on blank paper.
Okay.
They have what? The male lion has a what? Big bushy mane. And the female lion has none of this. So even amongst the animals, you can tell the difference between the male and female animals sometimes. When we look at the examples of a lion. Huh? Okay. What's the difference between the chicken? The chicken and the rooster. Yes.
A rooster got like that flap, like. Ooh.
Yeah, he's the one getting the chickens pregnant. All right. So the man has his appearance, and the woman has her appearance. So why you want to appear to be more feminine for? This opened the door to gay stuff and homosexuality. This opened the door to being gay and homosexuality. So it's very important who you keep company with. That's why I'm telling you. It's very important as a Muslim who you keep company with. Because if you keep company with good people, you, inshallah, you will have good qualities and good traits. When you keep good company, people remind you. If you have problems, they give you good advice. When you need good advice, they will give it to you. If somebody needs help, they will help you. And it will make you a better person. You will become just like that. But if you keep company with people who are not doing good, people who are not positive, people who are doing things that are haram in Islam, then most likely you're going to fall into the same thing they're doing. When you have problems, they're going to give you the wrong advice. I used to be young your age. We used to do all type of bad stuff. Rob, fight people. None of us did say, hey, that's wrong. That's not right. But when you somebody with you with good company, hey, don't do that. That's wrong. We don't want to hang out with this guy. He always reminds us that don't do this. Oh no, we want to do this. But then you get in trouble.
People that rob stores are broke.
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish.
They be betting for that. Wait, can I say something?
Yes.
Wait, we're allowed to wear watches, right? What if it, like, it's like surroundings, like right around the watch, and it tells the time?
Tells the time.
Yeah, and there's like that circle around it, just the frame of it.
It's gold?
What if that's just like tipped in gold?
That's okay.
That's right.
That's not real gold. What else? Any more questions? Good. We're going to do it.